My name is Rick and welcome to section 5.2, integrating an open source project with Mean. So in the previous video we went ahead and talked about all the technical aspects that are involved in integrating a open source project into our application and how that whole entire thing is going to work. So in this video we're going to go ahead and cover an actual use case of this way of blogging. So I'm going to go ahead and show you kind of what I'm talking about. If you go into blog.norick.com, you get into this page here, which there's no content right now. If you go to /ghost, this will take you to the administration panel. And as you can see, we have a test user right now. And we have this draft called Hello World. So if you want to go ahead and edit this draft, you just double click on whichever post you want to work on. And we're going to go ahead and write a couple of lines here for this Hello World. At this post real quick, and we're going to go ahead and add a couple posts here. So I'm going to go ahead and say, a couple things. I'm going to go back into Sublime and then get some and copy this, put that into here, maybe give it a couple paragraphs, and I'm going to go ahead and add an image here. So if you click on the little sprocket, it lets you add an image here. And I'm going to go into demo images and I'm going to go ahead and grab this one right here. Put that right onto my blog post. And right here we have this tab called metadata. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to grab a little snippet here. And what this is going to do is it's going to pretty much be the intro into this blog post. If you click on meta and you give it a meta title, actually meta description, this is pretty much the description here. So I'm going to go ahead and click back here, and as you can see, this is published on this date at that time, and that's pretty much about it here for that. So once you've written your blog post like this, then you pretty much all you do is you click on this little up arrow and you hit publish now, and you click on the button. So if you go back to content, we should have one one blog post written. So now if you want to add another blog post, you click on the plus button and then you pretty much do another one. So pretty much say hello, or let's grab that lorem ipsum again, paste that in there, make this one a really nice one, and I'm gonna go ahead and just grab grab this, and I'm gonna go into once again to little sprocket, add an image, and I'm gonna go ahead and add another different image. Should add that one. Great. So metadata once again, I'm going to give it a description, and I'm going to go here, click the little sprocket, make sure everything looks good here. Okay, perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and publish this post as well. Publish now. So that went ahead and published the post. If you go to the home page, you can see now we have two different blog posts. So I'm going to go back. I'm going to go into content, and I'm going to add finally the last blog post so we can have some data to work with. And created this article, I added an image just like before, and I'm going to go ahead and hit publish now, publish now. Now if you go to content, now we have this really three great articles. If you go back to the home page, you can see we have 3 articles here as well. If you click on any of the articles, you get like this really big image on the top, and you get what the article's all about. Same thing with all of them. If you go down to the last one, you can actually go ahead and see that here. So this is pretty sweet, right? You got this whole entire blogging platform that lets you manage, edit your blog posts, show them off, so on and so forth. But how does this, how we're going to be how is our actual application going to pull this? So if you go back into our main application here, and we're going to do a couple things here. We're going to click on the blog tab, and you see we're doing this loading. And this went ahead and pulled, all of our content from our blog post. And as you can see, we have 3 of them here. And as you can see, this image is really big. This is not so small. So probably I need to do some style sheet editing here to make sure, this has a maximum height and width type of deal. So now that we have that set up, I'm going to go ahead and show you now that this is actually being pulled from over there. If you go back into the Ghost application and you do /ghost, and we're going to go ahead and click on the first one, code with intent, bang, update, and if you come back here, you click on blog, do a refresh here, see, code with intent, bang, And just to show you that these are actually working, I'm actually going to go ahead and click on this, and this should bring you up the blog post as well. And as you can see, we have this date, January 10th, 2015. And you have this read more, and we have code with intent. And as you can see, we have this little introduction text here. And as you can see, this one has it, so does this one. But the codewithintent.com does not seem to have it. In order to fix this, it's really simple. You just go here, you go into metadata, you give it a description, you click update post. Now, if you come back here, do a refresh, and as you can see, now we have the little introduction text here. Kind of a snippet of what the blog post is all about. Now, if you go ahead and click on the actual blog post, this would actually take you into the blog post where you decide how you want to format this and present this data to the user. And right here we have the title, we have a quick description, we have the author, we have what tags they gave it, what date it was published, and the content itself here. Pretty sweet, right? If you go back to the blog, you can go ahead and see this as well. So that's pretty much about it. This is perfect because now I can go ahead and actually manage my content a lot easier, and be able to interact with what I write and how I write it, and how you guys actually see it at the end of the day. Now, on the previous video, we talked about the technical aspect of making this happen. List the server at Ghost and only allow my server to talk to that server and pull content that way. And in that example, then nobody will be able to see this blog.norig.com. Or you can set an Apache rewrite or Node to resend them back or whatnot. And that's kind of up to you and kind of what your specifications are and kind of what you're trying to accomplish with the blogging platform. But for me, it's really, really, really simple. I just want to be able to show blog content on the application itself. So that's it for this video. Hopefully you found it useful. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you have not subscribed to my newsletter, make sure you do at codewithintent.com. Here you'll get a bunch of free stuff, and not only free stuff, but you get kick-ass tutorials like this one. So we'll see you on the next one.